Our site of intervention is Rose Street, located in Wuhan, China. We were challenged to propose a new version of it, turning it into a healthy and resilient street in the stretch between Yulong Road in the west to Longyang Avenue in the east. To better understand the site, we need to take a look at some aspects. First of all, the land use in its surroundings. We can see that the street is mainly occupied by retailing and catering places, which tells us a lot about the intense traffic there. The street usage changes through the day. During morning and mid-afternoon, commerce and services predominate, but at lunch and in the evening, restaurants and snack bars are more used. This implies indifferent facade activations in different times of the day, and even a disuse of the street at some point. An aspect that the street shares with the rest of the city is the relatively common floods. This happens because of the proximity with big water bodies and a low density of permeable areas. We can see in the street that despite having some trees, it barely has permeable spaces and has no green infrastructure that could help one. Another big problem in the street is the food oils discard and reuse. The street vendors steal the oil discarded in the grease box. The restaurants, on the other hand, buy non-approved recycled oil because of its attractive price. This oil's ingestions represents a great danger to the user's health, alongside its combustion being another non-healthy activity. Currently, car lanes take up a lot more space than pedestrian areas, hampering the experience of walking down the street. Also, there is no standard parking space, leading the drivers to park their cars in a large and unoccupied by urban furniture sidewalk. A positive point that is already part of the essence of the street is having wide sidewalks. This was identified as a potential for the project, considering we shall have a large space to work with, opening many possibilities of occupation and also not demanding a huge intervention. The Rose Street is already known by locals and tourists as a vibrant place, where you can see people doing multiple activities through the day. The night markets and the restaurants take a big role in this, bringing an intense nightlife to the spot. As said, the street have multiple uses, and this brings to it a great aspect, the multifunctionality. It is responsible for activating the streets for a large number of customers in most parts of the day, directly connecting and being sort of responsible for the street vibrancy. Directly connected to the idea of a healthy street, we brought to our project the concept of a complete street. Complete streets are streets for everyone. They are designed and operated to prioritize safety, comfort, and access to destinations for all the people who uses the street. To define the DNA of our project, it was necessary to dive into the local culture and understand behaviors, so that we could bring a solution that would integrate the local landscape in symbiosis. In our DNA, we bring the words cycles and health as a personality to connect all of our values, bringing water and cherry blossoms as formal references. The water, rivers, and fluidity that are so present in the geography of the city, and the petals of the cherry blossoms that occasionally appear in the landscape of Wuhan. Thinking about improving the street experience, we created a central square, articulating the concentration of people to the center of the street, preventing this area from becoming obsolete, since there is nothing attractive in this place. This is a tool that enhances permanence and vitalizes the street, day or night. Focusing on a more specific intervention, we have separated the whole street into 3 compartments, considering that the different social and urban dynamics involved will lead us into different strategies on these places, at the end, converging them all into the whole project. For the oil problem solution, the idea is a collaboration between the street vendors, the restaurants, and the government. The government provides a tax incentive for the restaurants who gives part of their regularized oil to the street vendors. The government can be beneficiated by reusing the oil in the production of biodiesel.
Thinking about improving the microclimate, we added vegetation to absorb oil smoke and bioditches to drain the water from heavy rains, avoiding floods. This will also improve the quality of life of people who will have more contact with nature. The fluid forms of water served as inspiration for the design of the furniture. Curved shapes are friendly and invite people to use them. The equipment was designed to promote a healthy environment at any time of day. All devices were positioned along the street to promote multiple interactions, creating a unique landscape along the entire length of the street. We think about changing the street dynamics to favor pedestrians. We tapered the street to slow down the cars and make more room for people to walk. This is an idea present in smart cities around the world. In conclusion, by respecting pedestrians, transportation, and also the local businesses, our project becomes the embodiment of the concept of complete street, and hopefully it will inspire the creation of other streets alike worldwide.